Okay.
Did you just time the music?
No, I didn't time the music. However, I see clearly that there is something I haven't seen before here in this spoiler update thing.
Oh, that's right near the end as well.
Well done. Which one's me? 7 hours, I'm guessing.
Yes, because it doesn't have the more spoiler icons of the different submarines you can get to indicate different submarines, which you should clearly know if you've been playing.
Submarines, eh? Well, I've nearly finished, so it won't be long.
Yeah. Can you remember what you've done so far?
I have crashed, survived, not killed anyone, or at least not on purpose. Not killed any fish on purpose. I've met something that wasn't there.
You've killed so many on purpose because you cook and eat
them.
them.
Not the cooked ones, the spiky ones. And I found an alien lab.
You assume it's a lab. It could have been a museum.
Could be.
It did have
Could be a very, very poor playground.
Yes, because all playgrounds should have a thing in it that grabs your hand using a force field and then pricks you and tests your blood.
Don't see why not. I've forgotten about that bit.
All of this has reminded me, do you remember that thing where I did that massive sheet of all the different Subnautica things and I tracked out a massive evolution path for everything?
Vaguely.
I managed to find it without realising what it was, opened it up, and I saw 3 of the creatures that I managed to forget really well so that I could play it properly without knowing everything beforehand.
So you've deliberately forgotten stuff and then you accidentally reminded yourself.
But worse, it jogged my mind. So now all of the stuff that I thought I'd forgotten came back.
That cable just repaired itself.
Oh yeah, it does that.
Oh, okay.
Impressive game design techniques. They've got
ghostly self-repair animatronic cables.
Yes.
Climb. View.
So,
I wonder what I did last time.
Check your inventory. It might help to know what you've got on you.
I have flippers and a tank. And I have nothing else. None of these things that don't tell me what they are. One of which is clearly gloves. I do have a sea glide. I don't remember having that.
I would have thought it would be obvious what you have.
I've got cooked Gary fish.
Those are your blueprints, not your inventory.
Oh, okay.
Would you like to do some casual reading while you're here? That's the voice log.
Silver-based wiring kits are an essential component of many habitat modules. I believe I don't have any of those.
Check what tools you've got. Repair tool, scanner, pathfinder tool, flashlight. It puts out little glowing dinghies which you can make a path with and then follow them back home if you're exploring a cave. So far you have found absolutely no caves whatsoever. Please don't actually do a spot of mild reading.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I won't.
What you need to do is find lead. Yes, nighttime.
Also, what's that? There's a floaty thing.
Presumably a dead peeper you killed and then forgot existed.
Either that or a shark fin.
It's not.
It's clearly a shark fin. Look.
Why don't you go in the water and check?
Yeah.
Well, what are you going to do all night?
I'm going to check if I can fabricate anything.
Please don't randomly mix up using up your precious materials just because it says you can.
I can't anyway. But I don't see why I can't make computer chips. I need table coral, gold, and copper wire.
Why? Yes, make a tablet.
I really could do with one of these rebreathing things. So.
You've already got a high-capacity oxygen tank.
Oh, do I not need a rebreather then?
Well, if you're planning to dive down to 300 meters and back.
Habitat builder? Battery computer chip wiring kit.
Would you like to transform it from a survival game to an interior decor game?
Vaguely. I've seen people do interior decor before, and it's
Would you like a
oddly interesting, but really quite shouldn't be.
Would you like a moon pool?
Who wouldn't like a moon pool?
In that case, you're going to want a habitat builder. I also remembered you work really hard to clock just when day comes using the stars.
And I've completely forgotten when that is.
And you completely refuse to re-watch your own videos.
Absolutely, that would be dull. You know, like watching the moon and waiting for dawn. Don't hit me with that.
That's going to be really confusing for the people who are just listening.
That life pod is still stranded near a cave system and under attack.
Oh yeah, that's a good marker because as from what I can remember, that was right near the bit where the lead is. Which is where you need to go for lead.
I don't need lead, I need a wiring kit.
You need lead for the radiation suit, which will let you go into the other half of the map, though.
Bottoms and blast.
What I suggest you do is have a look at some of the other tools, hint hint, such as the deployable objects section, hint hint, and perhaps you might discover some things, hint hint, seeing as you're otherwise going to stand here doing nothing. Yay, he listened. Oh look, what does that say?
Mobile vehicle bay?
Doesn't that sound potentially... Oh look! In the mobile vehicle bay section there's something that appears to resemble a submarine. Perhaps that alludes to the use of the mobile vehicle bay. I wonder if it worked.
Ingredients unknown. How pointless is that?
You have to search for them by scanning broken fragments, which you can find in the area with all the stalkers. Which is just in the highly irradiated zone to your right.
For which I need lead.
Exactly. There is a reason why I was constantly heavily hinting at you to go and get lead.
I reckon it will be dawn shortly. I think when the moon gets to about there, it will suddenly become dawn.
I thought it was right next to the aurora.
No, the aurora's well gone. The moon's going right round.
So your estimation has failed miserably.
No, lined up with the cloud that never moves. Or at least the crease in the cloud that never moves.
Did you explore the...
Is it now dawn? It's dawn! It's lined up with the crease in the cloud that never moves.
Yeah, but that's the cloud that never moves.
That is? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, what's this one?
That's an actual cloud.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
Why do you keep turning your light on? Oh yeah, your little map thing.
Ooh.
Which makes your Pathfinder tool largely useless.
So it does. Also, weird. That's really odd, having a holographic map just there.
It's not very helpful either, because it doesn't show up whatsoever against your environment. Go towards the lead.
And where would that be? Over there.
Somewhere. I know it's in line.
Why can you not turn off the holographic map?
Yes, you can.
Did I?
Yes. Look, it's gone.
What the hell is that?
Stand still.
Oh, it's me!
See, when I tell you to stand still, you should... Well, probably don't stand still, then you'd have to be at the bottom of the ocean. Which, luckily in this area, isn't bad. But, really, Dad, you're in a fan-powered underwater...
Okay, right. So there's a stalker over there. I spotted one.
That's not a stalker, that's a friendly friend McFriend fish. You should... Oh look, stalker shadow.
Don't do that. What is this?
That's the bit where you got ambushed last time you were expecting.
Please stop doing things like that. It's bad enough.
Yes, but...
trying to remember.
You did just get ambushed.
By Peeper.
I never said what you were ambushed by. Did you just... Was that a crate?
What?
I'm certain I saw a... Yeah, that's a crate.
Where? Ooh! There's a crate here.
Is there anything in it? There might be a hole in the other side. Oh, look. Oh. No. Well, usually they have something in them.
I think I must have found that crate before, surely.
Yeah. Why are you so worried about oxygen?
Because I've died because of lack of oxygen before.
That was before you had a high-capacity oxygen tank strapped to your back, though.
Which doesn't seem to help very much. Also, I seem to need water.
Do you remember when your oxygen was at 35, not 135?
Need water. How do I get water? Is it peepers?
No, it's air sacs. Which are conveniently named bladderfish to disgust you. You should have some installed. You look incredibly tense.
Yeah, it's funny how that happens.
Especially with me alluding to stalkers all the time.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a boring episode for it. Water. I cannot make water without a bladderfish at all. Just...
Hey. Why don't you check your storage crate?
Because I want to find a bladderfish now.
But you might already have some water.
Then I won't have water next time.
Yes, but on that basis you'll never get the water out of your storage crate.
This sea glide appears to be quite fast.
Yes, that's the point.
You're not a bladderfish.
Why were you not intensely afraid of it?
I seem to have rubbed up against those things before. You're boomerangs. You're,
Gary!
no point Gary fish.
No, they're a rip-off of SpongeBob. Their entire point is to be the only in-game meme I know. And I don't know many memes. I can never work out what instrument that is.
Oh!
Ah yes, the exploding nuclear fart thing.
Yes.
Which even looks like it's from the Cold War. Bladderfish.
I had you! I have you. Don't know where I'm going, but I'm going.
Keep on the lookout for big dips in sea level. That's where all the dangerous things are. It's also where lead lives, but that's significantly deeper. Are you lost?
How can you zoom slowly? It's clearly zooming.
Switch from your sea glide just to your life or something, and then swim about, and then switch back to your sea glide, and you'll feel like you're going faster.
Right.
Yay!
I am doing.
Perfect timing. Right, now that you've got water, drink some water. You only gain survival knowledge when I wish you to. Don't eat the raw people.
Vital signs stabilizing.
I need more water. In a big way.
You get some water from eating cooked fish, oddly.
That sounds wrong.
Yes, but it works.
I really don't have water. I do have metal salvage.
Which is why everyone is obsessed with bleach, because it gives you twice the amount of water bladderfish do.
Okay.
Pure bleach results in 2 bottles of drinkable water.
So how do you get bleach?
If you checked your building manual of buildiness by pressing tab and entering the building manual of buildiness. Oh look, bladderfish.
Multiple bladderfish.
How convenient.
One more.
Eat them
Would
raw.
be good. Which way did you go?
You should just turn off the hologram.
I tried. It failed. There was a bladderfish just here a moment ago. There you go.
So you need to rapidly increase your reaction time, which can be done through Mortal Kombat with jellyfish.
Or running away.
From what?
Mortal Kombat jellyfish.
There are no jellyfish.
There's something sticking out of the water. It may admittedly have been an island, but it may have been a fat jellyfish bottom.
Island?
There are some weird kind of things that are right near the top of the water.
I thought those were big ecology then.
Maybe.
I should really stop offering suggestions from my memory, because that will include my 16-hour playthrough. And that would also include spoilers. I like how even the water's non-vegetarian.
Well, yeah, that's one of the issues with the survival thing. Right, let's have a quick look. I should have multiple water and food. I will survive for a short while.
You've got exactly 56 on each.
No,
You just had to ruin that, didn't you?
Yeah, I can get more food.
There's some right outside your door every time.
Hello, food.
That's a horrendous group. Imagine if there was a whole neighbourhood of people walked out their door, grabbed a pigeon out of the sky and said, "Hello, food."
That's what cats do.
Well, yes, but I believe you're
Yeah.
outthought by a fish which has bigger eyes than its own brain.
Oh, hello.
Storage. You're supposed to open it, it's not collect it.
Well, how do I...
Go from the top. See? Ah yes, empty and useless.
Brain coral.
Kill it. Kill it with fire underwater. That's... I wonder if you could ever get an underwater plane.
Why am I not able to use my sea glide anymore? Oh, just decided not to for some reason.
Yeah, the Subnautica quick bar thing is really buggy.
So I'm clearly going to need more water shortly. And I've got food, but I've run out of bladderfish.
Which is why you should have really checked your recipes to see how you make bleach. Or you could just continue eating your non-vegetarian water.
1. 2, come back. 3. Yeah, see? It's like an island. 4.
Yeah, and I told you it was a big coral chip.
It is both.
Therefore, only I am right. And that's how logic works.
Right.
If you stock up on water and food, you can then look for your lead.
Yes.
You have to eat food straight away. But you can take water with you.
Can you not take decaying peepers or store them?
You could cure them, but only if you have salt, and it gives you minus water when you eat them. So they're only really good for sticking in crates and leaving them as an emergency food source if there's a stalker under your base or something.
I appear to have salt.
Would you like to cure a peeper?
Not really.
Probably wise. I think they did the way they do food wrong. What they should have done is you can eat as much food as you want over the limit of 100, but each extra 1% over gives you minus 1% speed. So you can essentially move it.
Trying to be brave. It's been a while, and I've got a stupid hologram.
Bravery.
See the bravery? Look, there's a swirly thing.
You do.
Sugar!
You do know the better thing is just to go from the top of the water.
Look, there were 2 of them.
I know. If you go to the top of the water and don't actually look,
Yeah.
because you move at least as fast or faster than stalkers with the sea glide, you won't get scared and panic, and you will just...
Yeah, but I won't get to where... Because they're literally where I need to be, aren't they?
No, it's past where they're...
Oh, right. Oh, okay.
The lead is in the bit with the red grass that I think is about 100 metres deep.
Well, hold on. I've lost track of everything. Stop pushing my mouse. I'm not going in there because I get cooked.
Hold down C. I was hoping you were closer to the stalkers. But it worked.
Okay, so I do need to go this way.
Yay.
How do I get more power on this thing?
I think you can... I know there is some sort of upgrade station at some point, but you're probably better off trying to end up with a submarine. It's a handheld thing, not a proper booster. I think it's just about here. Yep, here it is. See, red grass. It's this area that has the round rocks which drop lead. And everything here is just so friendly.
Yeah, right.
See?
What the hell is that?
It's called a spadefish.
Yeeps. It's dark.
It was originally called the Dave, and then renamed the Spudfish, and then renamed the Cyclops fish, before finally it was settled upon as the spadefish.
Why would you call it never mind. Why even a Dave? Why any of it?
The only one that vaguely met. Oh, that got dark quick.
Yep. That's the first time I've heard that in a literal sense. That's...
Usually that means your friend just got mutilated. Or in the case of Angry Birds, 3 innocent little children murdered a rattlesnake. Which is actually a fair bit darker.
Yeah.
But it's fine because it's animated, so there's no blood. Unlike in this game, where there are red splats.
Do you know what? You hovering and giving me advice and pretending like everything's fine is freaking me right out.
Oh, is it? I have half a mind to tell you something, but
I don't want to know. Whatever it is.
it's probably going to be a lie to scare you, but ignore me when I talk about stalkers, even when I say they're chasing you. Did you know they can climb up on land now?
Oh, shut up.
Why are you using a sea glide to illuminate things when you have a flashlight? Wrong thing. Oddly enough, the flashlight is shorter range than the inbuilt mini light-up thing. You have to hold it.
Oh, I'm going to do that again. So, am I better yet? No.
Do you remember how you got infected?
Presumably by being spiked by something alien.
No, it was just by swimming. It's a waterborne infection.
Oh, jolly good.
So, Dad, have you ever considered looking in your fabricator to try and find out how to make, completely out of the blue, totally random, things like bleach?
Blueprints. Is that where I'd look?
Yes, that works.
Coral tube and salt. So I need coral tube to make bleach.
Which can then make purified water.
Right.
So by using up a lot of power in your fabricator, you can turn salt and carbon into H2O. Which
Right.
makes perfect sense.
Now, judging by last night, I'm thinking, a few minutes ago last night, that it's when the moon hits that star.
Yeah, there's our static stars and they are quite... See, you're an astrologist now.
I am not. Don't be so rude. Astronomers are not astrologists. They're two different things.
I can't remember the difference. What's an astrologist?
Somebody who thinks that if the moon looks a certain way, then you're going to act a certain way.
Oh my goodness.
As opposed to an astronomer who thinks if the moon looks a certain way, then that's interesting and we should log it.
Alright, you're an astronomer now.
Astronomer.
Astronomer. I'll add that to my array of words such as cutlery and at-all.
Astronomer.
Astronomer.
Ooh, no, it's moon on moon at the moment. Is that the static cloud?
Yes, about right.
So it's literally as it passes the static cloud, which at the moment appears to be when the moon is at the moon.
Go, go, go! I know that you can get a compass at some point, which will presumably make it a lot easier to navigate.
Something really odd just happened then.
What?
I got like a little flash in front of me. Have I gone too far?
No, you have gone just far enough because the look, there's the thing, the
Yeah.
mark. So you just need to look for the rocky outcrop things, like that one. Silver, you need that for the wiring kits. You should scan that for no reason whatsoever. Right click.
Everything else is left click, but this one's a right click.
Well, yes, right click is to interact, left click is to hit things. That's just common gamer knowledge. Look, salt. That's all food. I think that, yeah, that's all.
What's that thing?
Predatory.
I probably want to go away then.
Yes!
Ah, look, floating rocks. Now, where was predatory thing? I've completely lost my bearings now.
They move quite fast, but they also move randomly, so it will have gone away by now.
Okay, so I've got footprints that glow in the dark.
I suggest you get some air.
I'm going to take some air.
I also suggest, seeing as your sea grind is now down to 40% battery, you use it mainly for getting away from the scary things and just swing around normally for everything else.
Okay.
Because battery...
God, that feels slow. Oh, that's ridiculous.
I know, that's the trouble with this game.
However, there does appear to be a knobbly out rock thing there.
That's limestone, which means you get titanium and copper from it. It tends to be below 70 meters where you get the rocky outcrops that have things like lead and silver and gold.
See any more things?
There. Lead! I think it's only one or two more and then you should be able to get all the stuff. Do you think you're brave enough to do a spot of mind exploring into that big wreck thing?
Depends what big wreck thing you're talking about.
I understand.
The big wreck?
Yes, that thing. Is it really not visible to you?
What, that I've been in?
You've been in there?
I'm sure I've been in there.
I do not know.
Right. One of the weird things about clicking as quickly as you can so that you don't drop it is I haven't actually worked out what I'm picking up.
You've got titanium, copper and lead so far.
I need another lead, don't I?
Yes, although you might already have some lead. Just as a pre-warning, I think you're getting mildly close to either the Aurora or your base, which either means drifting her... Oh no, we're going the complete opposite direction, never mind.
Okay.
Just didn't want you drifting into radiation.
What, I'm wondering what's killing me as I die.
Yes.
Quickly.
Yes.
That's unfortunate.
At least you can make radiation resistance and finally head to the Aurora.
Do I need one more nugget of anything? Have I even got a nugget I could pick up? I don't think I have.
No. Probably best just to take stock.
I can't see any little nuggets of things hanging off the walls. Oh, coral! How do I get coral?
Hit it with your knife. Right click. Your inventory is full.
Right, in that case, I swim faster with a knife, so I will swim home.
What do you mean you swim faster with a knife?
That's an original meme from oh god, what's it called? From the assassin team game thing. Counter-Strike. Two teams, one of insurgents, one of counter-insurgents, try and
an insurgency to counter an insurgency.
An insurgency counter-insurgency game, which is a bit of a it's a mini MMO type game where people play co-op to win the game with their teammates. And one of the memes from the early 2000s, late 90s maybe, is if you hold a knife, you run faster in Counter-Strike. And in every game since, whenever you're holding a knife, you seem to go faster.
What if...
Right, what can I make? Floating air pumps, no good. Standard O2 tanks, fire extinguisher.
I think that's the... Great. That works too. Please don't randomly race your resources before you know which ones you need for the radiation suit. Which is in equipment. Personnel! The thing that looks... Right, so you need 2 fibre mesh.
I thought I had fibre mesh.
You may have 1 fibre mesh. Oh, right, no, you don't.
I have fibre meshes, and I need titanium, do I? Maybe. I might need some of those things, but I definitely don't need... Ooh.
Don't drink the last one.
Cool. I have made room.
Yay!
I really ought to make lubricant or something with this stuff.
I think lubricant only takes up 1 space as well, and that's its main use, so it's easy to get, so it's a win-win-win-win-win deal. Or at least for one. I'm just thinking, you're definitely not brave enough to properly explore the Aurora.
So you keep saying. Oh, I didn't pick up any coral tube.
Oh, it's fine. You've got enough water to last.
Equipment. What can I now do? I can make a rad suit!
Yay!
Ooh, it takes ages.
See, now you get cool gloves, and look all the way down.
And floaty feet. With lack of flippers.
Does it give you radiation slippers? Oh, no, it doesn't.
Radiation gloves, radiation suit, radiation helmet.
And regular fins.
And regular fins that don't appear to join the radiation suit. Maybe it just doesn't go with the look or something.
It's such a shame there's no third person. Because that would look so cool.
Okay, what else can I make? I've got silver and gold. Oh, I wanted to make...
Habitat builder.
I could do.
Please don't make a second sea guide. See, do you remember when I told you to scan that sea moss fragment?
Ah! I could probably do with batteries.
Please don't make stuff without knowing what you'll use them for.
True, good point.
That's why you have a ton of rubbish in your storage vault. At least test out your new radiation. Please. Now you can swim straight towards the Aurora with no consequences whatsoever.
Go on then, what happened? Do you die slowly instead of quickly?
Just go near it, and the way radiation works is it does fairly warn you when right click. It's right click to get stuff, left click to pick up loose things.
I needed coral tubes for something and I have no idea what.
I think if you get right up close to the blue line with the radiation suit, you get some radiation, but it's nowhere near as bad.
Okay. I'll do that in just a sec, but I'm sure I need coral oofy-doofers for something or other.
It will
Bleach!
You can now combine your salt and coral. So by combining your
Do I need more than one bleach?
no, just one bleach. And it gives you 2 disinfected. I think disinfected are plus 30 water as well. So you've combined your carbon-based product with your salt to create bleach, which has now made you some H2O out of carbon and salt, which is exactly how the universe works, I'm sure.
Clearly. This is good. Okay. I have a battery.
Yeah.
I might need that.
It's always worth taking a battery with you, because then if things like your sea guide die while you're running away from something, you can quickly swap out for a...
I have brain coral as well. I needed that for something and I can't remember what.
I have a feeling you just picked it up in the hopes it would be useful.
Probably.
And now you've filled up your inventory of stuff that you... Oh, wait, no, it's filled.
Silicone rubber.
You have enough of that.
Oh.
Yes.
I can make pipe.
And you can then not hit things over the head.
I could make a grav trap.
Yes, it's an automatic peeper and bladderfish farm.
I'm not sure I really want to farm the poor buggers, although it's mildly better than hunting them by hand.
Yes, it pulls them in and then traps them. And then you can come and collect them later with them still squirming but trapped.
No, I'll get them by hand.
Exactly.
What an awful thing to put into a game.
I know. But its so-called intended purpose is to slow down predators. I should probably be saying air quotes as I'm doing this. And air quote, collect your resources for you, because you can't be bothered to use your hands to pick things up, but you can to break stuff. You're actually quite well prepared.
I am going to very quickly make lube.
Love.
Because that will free up my inventory. And can I need to swap one thing, don't I? So
Take some glass.
yeah, I haven't got glass at the moment in my inventory. There we go, that's full.
You must have one of everything, even if it's not helpful in any way whatsoever.
How are we doing? It's clearly is it about to become dark, or have I missed night, or?
It's getting dark.
It's getting dark, isn't it? And where is the moon?
There.
Floating just past the static cloud. Oh right, so it does run one rotation for night and one for day. It just seems to do night quite quickly.
You ought to time that at some point, and then get one of those speedrun timers that people have for Mario and Minecraft, and set it up on a loop on the desk, and then you'll never have to spend pointless resources on a not particularly good in-game clock if there is one. And that's what we call cheating in the Subnautica realm. You do know that just wastes battery.
It tells me to do it.
No, it's just telling you how to do it. Because effing is obviously the solution to knowing whether or not you're infected. And that sounded so rude.
Effing is the solution to know whether or not you're infected.
Stop.
If you're effing, you ought to know you're infected.
Stop.
You wouldn't want to know these things blind. Because if you're effing and blinding, well then it's just too much.
Stop! I'm gonna plunge you into the most dangerous predators I know now if I ever get the chance.
Well, I'm about to go to the thingammy ship, aren't I?
I don't think it has dangerous things.
Oh, you would imagine it must have, one of which is at least radiation. And I know that because I died.
One thing I will tell you
Oh,
is
right.
you don't lose tools and stuff on your death, but things like titanium and copper have a small chance of disappearing when you die. So I recommend, for no reason whatsoever, before you go to the Aurora, you make one of these deployable storage things to go outside your base and store some of your non-tool items.
What, like coral, like glass and titanium
Yes.
and gold and copper and
Yes.
silver?
And also grab some food, because you may well be there for a while.
That's not a bad idea. I thought I had a deployable thing somewhere.
You do?
Do I need to make another deployable thing?
Well, not necessarily, but that one's right near the stalker bit, because you wanted efficient doing something.
Right, so I need to make one over there by the Aurora.
I was more thinking you put it right near your base so you have extended storage.
Okay, how do I make a
bunch of titanium, which can be gained.
Well, I have a titanium ingot somewhere.
Oh yeah, waterproof.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, and you'll have to look at what you need for wiring kit and computer chip. Do you think you'd manage to survive if I left you fiddling and working out recipes for
Just
a moment?
titanium times 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
While I grab a drink.
Yeah, grab a drink.
Yes.
I'm literally going to make sure I have titanium times 4.
Can I steal your Coke?
No.
Ah.
Oh, that's annoying.
Have you managed to do the incredibly simple task?
To make one of these, you need titanium times 4, and you are not allowed to use ingots.
Well, no, they're the equivalent of 10 titanium. They're for vehicles. I should not have told you that.
Well, at least I have ingots.
Yeah. Daylight. In 10.
No.
Eight,
Yeah, look, there's the static
7,
cloud.
6, 5,
Hey,
4,
day's happening at a different time.
3, 2, 1. Sunrise.
Oh, that's disturbing.
At least admit that was a good countdown there. That was right.
That was right on, but the moon's in the wrong place. It's different.
I think the static cloud moves around. Actually, when you were measuring by the static cloud, the moon, the mini moon, was right next to the static cloud. So maybe It works on a combination of the static cloud in reference to the mini-moon, in reference to the current moon, in a sort of triangulation thing to confuse people so that they can never know for sure when's night and when's day.
Right, I'm going to need some peepers for food. Hello, food. I don't want you for food. You're rubbish.
Honestly, I think there's more code going into the sunrise and sunset than there is.
In the food dynamic.
Exactly.
Could really do with at least one bladderfish to get a couple of more water.
I've got
one water left.
Yeah.
And I'm down to less than half.
The disinfected water is 30 water.
So I want at least 70.
Yes, but the 2 disinfected water you get from one bottle.
Oh, come on. Who wants a Gary fish?
All the SpongeBob enthusiasts.
Come back. Thank you.
You're still choosing to eat the non-vegetarian water.
There isn't a way of... Ooh.
I suggest you move away from that thing before it bites you. And now I suggest you run home and check your information log on that thing.
Oh, right.
Because that is one of the most interesting things I've ever read.
One more peeper. Beep, 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 beep. You're not a peeper, you're a peeper.
So, you get absolutely terrified at mildly predatory things. But that
obviously.
But that really interesting hypnotic thing...
Well, it was hypnotising. It had pretty colours. How bad could that be?
It bit you! Look how low your health is!
Oh yeah. But still, pretty colours.
It's not even real hypnotism, but he's fallen for it. And he still goes in his basically inefficiently.
Sustenance. I can't do disinfected water.
You need to make more bleach.
That's so annoying. What do I need for bleach? I need them and...
What, you've already got a ton of water.
Ah.
See?
I still ought to make more water. And what do I need for bleach? That salt. And salt.
Yeah, you've got 2 salt and 2 coral tubes in your inventory, so just make double bleach and then...
But I couldn't make bleach.
No, you didn't try to make bleach, you tried to make disinfected water. There's a slightly longer process.
Oh, that's annoying. Basic materials, bleach.
It's very basic.
Water, disinfected water.
I like how you disinfect your water which you're about to drink by tipping bleach.
Yeah. I should point out, kids, don't drink bleach.
Yeah, it doesn't make water more efficient. Please don't tip bleach into your water and say that you can only drink 1 bottle of water a day in the middle of summer and you'll be fine. That will end horribly.
It's a really stupid game dynamic, actually. It literally is poison that we're talking about.
Yeah. Also, can I point out for the, well, not a millionth, but at least the 5th time, you combine the element salt and a carbon-based coral tube sample to create bleach, which I doubt includes most of those materials, and then turn bleach, which I believe to be an alkali, into pH neutral H2O.
I'm just deploying my waterproof locker.
Hey, listen to my advice.
Now, what am I going to do?
Put all your things that aren't tools and whatnot in.
So the battery?
You should keep that handy. Just in case your sea guide runs out.
A couple of water, a couple of first aid
You've
kits.
got 1, it will be fine.
Bladderfish, flare,
Make sure you put away things like that, gold and whatnot, because those are rare.
Okay.
Yeah, that fitted in perfectly.
Oh, and that.
That's really easy to get. You just have to quickly swim past the stalker and nick its tooth.
That doesn't sound correct at all.
Well, what they do is their teeth randomly fall out and immediately grow back within 0.1 seconds.
Okay, right, so here we go. Here, no.
If you head towards the more ruined part of the Aurora,
Here's the rock that sits out of the water, the giant coral tubes.
which is usually just before you get irradiated. Before you had the radiation suit, don't worry.
There's the fart bags.
They have a name which is admittedly equally disgusting. Gasopod.
Fart bags. Just as easy.
Oh, look, crates and stuff. They might have,
Things.
scan. You look so tensed. You actively thrusted yourself back in your seat there.
Yeah, well, there's new things.
Search for fragmenty bits.
And stalkers.
Go the other way. Interestingly, at least in this game, the AI does work based on sight as well as proximity. So as long as you keep decently away. There's another stalker.
So, no, that's not a stalker, that's a fat.
There was another stalker.
Okay, jolly good.
Well,
that was a short-lived adventure.
Are you aborting your mission?
No, I'm going to a relatively safe area. Right. Fart bags have been there, I can tell.
That will mean there won't immediately be a stalker.
Right. Which way is the Aurora? This way.
I like how as part of the music track they've got radiation static.
Yeah.
Which must be really
Now that's where I was just looking. Oh look, there's a thingy here.
And crates. That crate does not appear to be open.
How do I open it?
I don't think you do. Usually crates with the wrapping on them are completely unopened. Well, that's a rip-off. Look. Oh, seagull. Anything in there? No?
Anything dangerous nearby?
Nope.
I'm entirely sure I trust you.
The most important thing. Oh my goodness. He unlocked the counter.
It's apparently some kind of rite of passage.
I suggest you get O2 and then head towards the Aurora. I don't want the video going on for too long.
Fat bag!
Don't worry, you can dodge their blasts. It takes a few seconds for the things to explode, so if you're quick, then you're fine. In unexplored waters, it's best to stay just beneath the surface so that you can at least check what biome you're about to head into. But look, no radiation.
Come on. Keep moving forward.
You might want to use your sea guide.
Or not.
Why not?
Saving it for running away. bravely.
You might want to attach it to your hotbar so that in the event of an emergency you can immediately use it. No, you just dropped it. Quick. No, go on. That was fantastic, Dan.
Good gaming 101.
That was truly impressive.
How do I attach it to my hotbar?
You press the number 1 while hovering over it in your inventory. Hey look, that's the bit where you first died. So you at least know this bit is safe.
Vaguely. Except for radiation blasts.
But you're fine.
Hold on, wasn't there something horrendous nearby?
I don't know. You're the one who refuses to watch your videos. Fragment.
Can I not?
Cyclops. Yay. Submarine.
Oh, jolly good.
It's only an eclipse, it's not night time. This isn't foreboding.
No, not at all. I shall.
There's not going to be anything jumping out at you, Jack. Stop being so paranoid. Now I know that's certain to have scared the living daylights out of you. But there's nothing in the water, and it's too shallow for anything big enough to actually hurt you. At least right there. So you've got a little safety bank. And the water's relatively clear, actually, for a dark and dusty looking river. See, isn't this great? Is that a way in? No, that's just weird looking bits. Keep moving along the hole and eventually you'll find a hole, probably.
There's something bobbing over there, which might be a scrap of metal or could be something horrendous.
Well, it's not moving, and it does not appear to have fins. Yeah, that's a metal scrap. The water's so clear when you're in it, but it's really not when you're out of it. I think they did that on purpose, just to scare people when they're here.
Yeah, that works. Blood red water. That'll do it.
Remember, this was almost classed as a psychological horror game, but instead classed as an adventure because most psychological horrors aren't open world.
I think their definition of open world is slightly more limited than most. Propulsion cannon.
Sword. Power transmitter. That hasn't even jogged my memory on anything. I had absolutely no idea there was even power stuff in this game.
The next question is, how are we going to get into this thing? And especially if it's getting dark, is it worth going in the dark?
Well, I would suggest looking nearer the front because it appeared to be much more patchwork and framework, which indicates holes to go into. You'll be fine.
Power transmitter fragment.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm not sure I will be fine. Look at how foreboding that is.
Yes, but have you died in the foreboding areas yet?
Yes!
No, you died. The 2 times you died were both in the bright sunlight and both above water or that one time when you drowned 20 metres below the surface because you were too distracted chasing a fish. I suggest you use your flashlight. At least you're lucky enough to know that almost everything in the game glows, except from stalkers. Oh, that's good.
Shame there isn't a way in like this.
No. But I don't think they would have bothered to model an entire full interior ship. They probably only did one half of one section. Remember, you've deposited most of your useful stuff.
Oh, shut up. Being able to die doesn't make it any better.
Yes, it does. It reduces some of the terror and disappointment when you lose your gear. Why does it look so clear under the water, but really? What did you see?
I didn't. I'm just checking. I'm not sure whether I like these kind of nightlight bug things, because it's really black and whitey, isn't it?
Yeah. Hello. Is that a giant piece of titanium?
Special equipment required
Yay.
to collect this resource.
You can be a gene stealer cultist and get a giant mining tool at some point.
I wonder if you can.
I think you can. I should not be telling you all these things. I've turned into a very minor spoiler machine.
I have... Ooh.
You do appear to be getting slightly low on water.
No, I'll leave that.
Yeah, fair enough. See if you can make your...
Oh, that's disturbing.
Yeah, use the flashlight. See if you can make your way further up the ship. Hopefully there's another sandbank. Look, there's another piece of rock.
Shut up.
That's so cool. I never properly explored this bit myself because I didn't like all the creepy vibes, and I was a couple years younger when I was properly subnautica. But I didn't die here except from that one time I came for radiation and wanted to see what would happen with radiation.
Oh, you can't climb it then. I wonder what those things are, the bright little creatures.
Well, they appear to just be underwater lily pads attached to a centipede. Please don't knife things. Hoverfish. Oh, I get it. It looks like a weird hovercraft. What the heck?
Oh, metal salvage. Well, all of this is slightly dull and oddly quite scary.
Well, that's because you're staying in the same place and not exploring properly. Don't go back to the same area.
No, I'm just waiting for it to light a bit now, because I'm stood on top of a coral with my head out of water.
Have you checked the position of the moon?
Not from here.
It's
But
getting
look,
light.
it's getting light.
Go, go, go.
Go where?
Forward.
Can't tell till it gets light.
You forgot how clear it was under the water.
God, that is ridiculous.
Especially with such musty looking water from the top. You might as well not be underwater with some mild fogginess. Ooh, nice.
What is this? Oh, it's a light.
Yeah, the power still functions, but only on the outside, the minimally rendered bit. Look just beneath your feet, back where you were, on that outcrop bit. Wrong way.
So not just where I was.
Turn around. Cool. You see that bit of rock? I think. Yeah, there. There. The single dangerous thing. Oh.
Nope. Not the single dangerous thing.
Propulsion cannon. It sounds violent.
Shh. Running out of oxygen. I have a stalker nearby.
You're 17 meters below the water. Oxygen shouldn't be your biggest priority.
So how do I get in the ship?
I don't know. It's a big ship. There's probably going to be one relatively small entrance. Oh,
Oh,
this is new.
Life form readings in this region are sparse. The Aurora's radioactive fallout will have devastating effects on the alien ecosystem if not contained within the next 24 hours.
This could be a way in. See? There appears to be land.
where?
If you would look to your left. I do believe you can at least stand on that. Yeah. Watch out for the fire. For no reason whatsoever, I recommend having either your map or your scanner handy.
You reckon I can stand on this?
Warning, ship's structural
Yep.
integrity is low. Fire suppression equipment and laser cutters may be required. Exploration is
Ah!
Grab!
at own risk.
Grabby thing.
Where?
Think it ran. Look there on the wall. Scutler. And there appears to be another one. You appear to be getting.
Thank you for telling me!
Great PvP earlier. Well, at least you hit it once.
So, they literally come out to surprise you.
Yeah. But they didn't do much damage. You got bit 3 times and it barely took your health down.
Yeah.
So I think this entire biome even is just made to scare you away from the Aurora with potentially dangerous but not very dangerous, just scary looking things.
What's the best way in, do you reckon, without too many spoilers or just automatically telling me by memory?
Well, it did say laser cutters, so I'm assuming you're going to come to some sort of sealed or busted in doors.
I'm assuming that the...
Grabby thing. If you press 2, it will immediately take you to your map. Right. Hopefully you should be able to scan them when you're dead. I don't know about... Oh, watch out.
Caution. Scans show the digestive tracts of nearby life forms contain human tissue.
Really?
It picked you up! That was impressive. Nice. You appear to be getting...
Stop attacking!
How much health does these things have? It's a good thing you brought a medkit.
I shall take the item, which isn't named.
It looked like one of the batteries.
I see you! Look, why don't you run when you're hurt? Because I can clearly do damage. Although, apparently I am taking quite a lot of damage. in small amounts at a time. Oh, hello.
Now I remember you had to do some basic parkour here. And that appears to be the basic parkour.
This does look like very basic parkour.
Don't worry, there's this really tricky transition where you have to press the space bar in order to avoid the falling motion stuff. And then, yeah, that looks to be a doorway.
Although I am unimpressed with the crabs.
Mm.
I can see you ganging up.
Right. As a tactical genius, I suggest trying to see if that is a doorway.
Where?
Right up ahead at the end of this dark, creepy corridor filled with dangerous crabs. Ooh, look. Oh, you've got plot armour. It gives you a fire extinguisher and a first aid kit when you're near the fire.
And the crabs that attack you.
Exactly. So now, it's making sure you can get through that door without killing us. How polite.
Where's my fire extinguisher gone?
Press 5. That
Oh, I
works
just
too.
dropped a...
Yep, but at least there's one on your hotbar.
Well, I'm in.
And that appears to be chests of stuff. Ooh, and a glowing tower.
Aurora systems are running on local reserve power, unable to remotely download black box data.
Apparently that was an important element because it went... I like the way it tells you when you've done something important.
Yeah. I'm certain it's a battery. Yeah. Oh, inventory. That's impressive.
What's in my inventory?
A ton of titanium.
Hmm.
Just for experimental purposes, could you throw one piece of titanium at the fire and see if it breaks? Because I'd like to see if it
When you say throw...
drop. Apparently you cannot drop and throw. That will need extinguishing. Please don't leap through that. That is one resilient ember.
Yep.
Altera launch
Integrating new PDA data.
scan. Swivel chair.
Oh, is this for habitat purposes?
And more batteries.
Acquired.
Why are there so many batteries? Ooh. PDA.
Right. Oh, door.
Desk.
Integrating new PDA data.
I need a desk. That's important. Can I...
Yes, you can. You can. You've got to get a big place. Yes.
I have a poster.
And I love collecting the posters. That was pretty much the only thing I did around the Aurora. I would ignore all the story progression bits and look for all the Easter eggs. It just looks like Star Trek, doesn't it? Oh, I love trash cans. They're really good because whatever you put in them immediately gets eliminated from existence. Oh, it's fine if you die now.
Thank you for that. So this is the way that I came.
And there appears to be a second corridor, which must be the rest of the room.
Oh, administration. That's where I went.
Yeah, and you downloaded stuff. And then cargo bay, which presumably contains
Falls to your doom.
yeah, it doesn't look that steep.
It kind of does.
Try the W key.
Pathfinder?
It puts out little tokens which glow, so you can leave a route like Hansel and Gretel, but if you're exploring underwater caves.
No, that looks alright.
Yeah. Not quite a dangerous one. And there appears to be more mild parkour if you want to progress. For the sake of a not too long video,
How do I duck?
you can't.
Really? How can you have mild parkour without ducking?
It's made as a largely swimming game. The greatest parkour you can do is sprint jumping. Maybe try getting on top of one of the smaller crates. I think if you press shift at the same time, you can run and jump.
Okay, let's try that.
Might be critical.
Control?
Yeah. That appears to be jump. Oh yeah, that's how it's done. Try it from the little crates here. You must be close by now. Ooh, running jump off that. Oh.
Did it work? No.
Can you get onto that big crate that was just next to you and then jump from the edge of that onto the pipe?
Oi! Oh, that's annoying.
Not quite the right jump. Aha!
Right.
If you time it
Ah!
If you time it right, you should be able to jump from the edge onto there. That's what I did.
Seek fluid intake.
Oh, shut up, I'm jumping.
Yeah. You may have to go from that back ledge instead of glitching up.
Oh,
Vital
right then.
signs stabilizing.
You just look like you're trying to play the piano really badly. This is going to make a great video highlight.
This is so annoying. And you can't jump from there to there anyway, surely.
Oh, I know. The propulsion cannon thing that you've been looking at, gaining fragments for, in that area, perhaps it being called a propulsion cannon, it might be like some sort of gravity gun where you can shove things out of the bay. Try checking your information tab. I'm not sure that's something you can put out on account of it not going down whatsoever. Although actually it did go down a bit. But you're out of fire extinguisher.
I have another.
Click that. Oh. Okay. This works too.
Nope. Not at all. Apparently I got sliced to bits while being somehow engulfed in flame mid-fire extinguishing.
Third death.
Right.
You died and lost some belongings, which hopefully did not
Let's
include...
have a look.
Ah.
I've got a poster.
It doesn't include anything like your tools and stuff.
But all of the titanium and stuff like that. I wonder if it's all sat in a pile there. I bet it's not. I bet it's just left the game. Annoying, but still, I wonder if I can put my poster up.
I'm honestly not sure on that. I know you can in a base used with a habitat builder, but I never tried it with the pod.
Ooh, needs a wiring kit.
I was right. Pull and push object, so that must be how you clear the barrier.
Right. But it needs a wiring kit. And how do I get a wiring kit?
Silver!
I had silver.
Luckily, you now know where to go to get silver. And you've got a big crate outside full of all your abandoned stuff. Somewhere.
Just over there. There it is.
Go, Dad, go.
What, in the dark? No!
See? You're fine. Just so you know, audience, I did that.
I'm doomed.
Stop or I tickle you. He actively shies away at that. This is a good place to end off.
Yes, I'm just going to make sure that I have supplies for the next one.
Well, you need to get one more silver in order to make the wiring kit. Or you could jam some teeth into glass and magically get more resilient parts.
Silver times 2. Oh, you sod.
Well, at least you know where to get it, and you know it's a relatively safe zone. And you also know the only way to die near the Aurora is the actual Aurora. I know that stuff doesn't despawn in this game, so if the stuff you lost when you died does turn up in a pile there, if you manage to get it out of the flames, you can recover it.
Yeah. I'm going to plump all of that on me just to see if I can fabricate anything really cool. Bleach, titanium, enamelled glass.
I'm not sure you'll be able to make much more interesting food out of it. Oh, you can make first aid. Emergency float. Ooh.
Is that worth it? That sounds like a good thing.
Yeah, that would be really good for getting away from a stalker in a hurry. And I do believe, if used correctly, you can put it on the floor, and then through various quirks of physics used to chuck items through things like geysers and whatnot, you can fly on it, but that's for proper pro Subnautica parkourers.
So I might try that next time to see if I can get onto the crate.
Well, definitely focus on getting that propulsion cannon. Especially if you can see if you can throw stalkers around.
Is it day or night, do you reckon? Is it getting lighter?
I'd say it's getting lighter.
Okay, now is a perfect time. So,
Press the wrong button.
how do I end?
Escape! Save, save, save. Don't quit after all that without saving. Right, we must say goodbye to our audience in the weirdest sounding way.
What, in a bit of a beaver?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
What?
That's how he does it, isn't it? Bye-bye.
Not quite. It's more of a jaunty sounding thing.
Oh, sorry. That was jaunty. Anyway, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.